Finally, he is back. No, I won't back down. Yet I won't back down. You can turn me up at the gates of... Is it hell or heaven? Hell. He's back 2.5 years later in Boston. Brad Tavares. We speak to him now about this big news. Oh, there he is. Oh, car interview for Chris. Wow.
What's going on?
Wow,
man?
We used to get the podcast set up. Now we get the car interview. Jeez Louise, how the mighty have fallen.
Man, you're a family man. I got CJ's birthday today. He turned 11, so we're out and about doing things for him. So it's not all about Ariel Helwani today,
No,
okay?
actually,
CJ's birthday. It's most importantly.
I love CJ. Forever my star of the week. I'm actually a little bit upset that you even said yes to this interview on his birthday.
You know, he did. I think he might have been a little upset too, but then he was excited when I told him he could crash it. But right now he's in Dick's with his mom and brother, so I think it depends on how much shopping they do if he's going to make it back in time.
Okay, all right. Well, whenever he comes back, we'll let you go. Thank you for doing this, and thank you for taking some time out. So we are back, Boston. Did you want this date? Did you ask for this date? Were you ready to come back sooner? How did this all go down?
Yeah, I was ready to come back a little bit sooner, but I don't think there was any plausible opponents based on what the UFC was telling me. I originally was looking to fight Brunson or Manson, one of those guys. Both those guys I was told were out, injuries, and just not ready to fight at this point. And the rest of the top 15 guys, I think, were pretty much all booked. So they told me I was going to wait till the 4th of July weekend to see some guys and how they pan out because there's a bunch of middleweights fighting around that time. And so I'd take one of the winners or losers from those fights. And then Big Maynard Colt with this Brad Tavares matchup. And I was like, you know what? I like it. Let's do it. And Boston, obviously we got an Aljo fighting on that card. So that makes it super exciting to be able to be on that card with my little brother, Sarah Longo brother. Yeah, so I think it's an exciting card to be a part of.
What did you like about the Tavares matchup?
I think he brings enough danger for me to take it very serious, and I got a lot of respect for him, and so it excites me that I'm preparing really hard for this. But it's also not like the worst matchup in the world for me. It's not like I'm coming back into a fight where I got some killer in front of me. I think it's important to kind of work my way back up and do it smart. And I think Brad Tavares, with no disrespect to him, he's a good dude, but a good fighter. I just think there could be worse matchups for me in the top 10, top 15. So I think it's a great matchup to come back to.
Any trepidation at all still about the leg? I mean, are we fully past the leg? You never think about it anymore? Like recovery, like how does it impact your life now?
No, I'm good to go. Obviously, long recovery, lots of drama throughout the whole damn thing. Obviously a way longer layoff than I initially expected. But it all planned, it all happened for a reason. So here we are, and yeah, the pain and everything is good now. Like I'm able to, like, kicking is no problem. Being kicked in it is no problem. So I'm ready to go.
And
I feel really healthy.
We spoke to you before you were going out to England to do that grappling competition. How did it feel after that?
That was fine. Yeah, I think it was a great opportunity for me to get a competition in before I actually fight. And the leg still was healing at that point, still trying to get it feeling at 100%. And so that just helped me get in shape and take something serious, and have a name and a face in front of me to help motivate me to train hard every day. But at the same time, not put myself in a position to get hurt, going to something like that. So it was really good. Really happy about that.
By the way, what was that city that you were in England?
Doncaster, England.
Yeah. What was that like?
I seen some little English kids, like 15-year-old English kids, beating the crap out of some old dude.
What?
Like, it was like two or three old dudes. Like, guys, I mean, when I say old, I'm talking about maybe like our age, like 40, 40, maybe 45. I guess this guy, like I don't know, he was with a couple people. Were in a car, and the kids were in the street, and a bunch of hoodlums out there, man. And I guess the guy got out of the car to yell at them, and then they just started beating the crap out of him.
What?
And I was like, I gotta get. I started walking towards it. I was like, I want to try to like break this up and like help out. And he got Tom Lane, who was with me, my buddy. He's now 3-0 pro. He's got his fourth fight coming up actually next week in LFA. So hopefully he becomes 4-0 and get him in the UFC soon. But he was with me and he was yelling at me to stop, stay away from it. It was right before my grappling match.
Oh man.
But man, yeah, England's a little crazy. Doncaster is definitely, when I told people I was going to Doncaster, everyone in England was like, "Why? Like, what the hell are you going there for?" But I had a good time. I think it was cool. It was a cool experience going out there.
Would you like to do more of those?
People are really nice. Yeah, but I mean, my main focus is fighting.
Yeah.
I want to try to get back into this fight, and I'm not trying to have layoffs. I'm just trying to be as active as possible. I would love to fight this fight and then jump right back into a fight again in November in New York City. Get on MSG. Trying to get some redemption from the TD Garden Arena and also MSG.
I was just gonna say,
taking it all on.
Are we trying to exercise some demons here because both those venues haven't been great?
I face my fears, freaking Ariel. I face my fears. The first thing I'm doing in that fight against Brad Tavares is throwing the hardest leg kick of my life.
Are you serious?
Right on his shin bone.
Please don't do that.
I do want to do that.
Why?
I do want to do that.
It's not worth it.
I don't know, because it's like, no, it's worth it. I think it's important for me to face your fears, and like anything that you might be uncomfortable with, just go ahead and do it. Yeah.
Will you talk to your old friend Anderson about how he felt before his return? I know you spoke like at the beginning of all this. I'm wondering if we can get a little rematch here and just talk about like there's going to be some fear, right? Some doubt, no?
Yeah, that's why I need to kick with it quick.
All right, get it out of the way. Fair enough.
Get it out of the system. I just hope Brad Tavares, I hope we're on the same page. He's not allowed to check my first leg, just let it land, please. And then all is good after that. May the best man win.
I promise I'm not trying to get you in trouble by asking this, okay? I feel like I have to preface the question, but you're a straight shooter and you're a media member now. How do you feel about the Aljo situation? Because it does feel like he was sort of forced to take this date.
Yeah, I mean, the goal for him was always to win the fight with Cejudo and then to fight Sean O'Malley. But I just don't think he likes the way, and this is me. I'm not speaking for Aljo. This is just my opinion. I've spoken to him, and I have my own opinions on the thing. But I just think he feels like, without them even asking him about the date and just kind of announcing the fight without a contract being signed or asking him if this date works for you, he feels like a little disrespected by the UFC as a guy who has defended the belt more than anybody else in the bantamweight division. I feel like he's starting to feel like he deserves a little bit more respect and have maybe a little bit more say on when fights take place. I mean, he did just fight. It is a quick turnaround for most champions. So I think he just feels like a little disrespect, and I don't know how much. We'll see if he ends up on the card or not. I don't think anything's signed.
Oh wow!
I know they announced it. I don't know. Now you're getting me. Now you are getting me. Who knows? I'm getting myself in trouble. But who knows? I don't know. Nothing's signed. And Aljo's the type of dude, man. He doesn't like being, I think forced into things. I don't think he is just going to go with the flow on something like that. If he feels like he's being taken advantage of, if he feels disrespected, it could backfire. So I don't know what he's going to decide to do, but as of now, he's fighting. I think he's on board, but I think just in the future, I think that's kind of how Aljo feels. He just feels like he deserves a little bit more
as he should, as he should.
And I understand. Yeah, 100%.
Weidman Tavares, new main event, Boston.
Man, what a pathetic pay-per-view main event.
I mean,
no offense to myself, Brad Tavares, but I haven't fought in over 2 years, and I got a lot of prove and earn to get back to a main event on a pay-per-view. That's for sure. We need some title fights.
By the way, and I've said this to you privately, but man, the weigh-in show the stuff that you're doing, what an addition you have been to the. I'm serious. Like you and DC, I was a little worried that you were going to get fired from the weigh-in show when you said, the worst name that you could possibly say on UFC programming. Ariel Helwani, much respect, much love. I was a little worried about that, but that's the kind of renegade that you are. You march to the beat of your own drum. You've been.
Bro, I'm a freaking renegade. I don't think they're bringing me in for International Fight Week though, so I think it did
Oh,
backfire. I think you screwed me. I think you got me fired.
I didn't do anything.
I bet Ariel Helwani. I bet Cormier's face when I brought up Ariel Helwani. That little punk. He just
What a coward.
Stood there. He started sweating. You guys are like best friends.
I know.
I can't defend you. What kind of person is he?
It's although you were kind of giving me crap when you said my name. You were like, "Oh, where you at, Ariel Helwani?" Because you were breaking the Marab news. So it wasn't like you were putting me over.
Yeah.
Just for the record, but it's like,
but I think you're smart enough to look right through that. And
sure.
The fact that I'm name dropping you as the guy I'm beating and breaking the news. What does it say about you, Ariel Helwani?
That's true. That's a good point. So
exactly.
Are you?
That's the only point.
Are you a fixture on these? I mean, I know you say internet, but maybe that's because you're fighting. Are you doing Vancouver?
They never no. So they don't do I'm like the guest guy.
Oh.
They don't do guest guys for international cards. So I will not be there on that weigh-in show in Vancouver. But the guy Zach Candido, he's the producer. He does a great job with this show, man. I love that show. It's not like this, super high paying, job that, I would be able to make a living with at all. But it's a fun. I just have a great time. Dan Helly, Lorisenko, and DC. I think we got a good rapport with each other, and I like just busting balls like crazy. I love busting balls. I like to get my balls busted, and it's a very laid back, unbuttoned up, not buttoned up show. So we can drink beers on it. It's pretty cool. I have a great time. As opposed to like some of the other shows, which I don't have a problem with doing, like just being an analyst on the desk. Like you got to do rehearsals, and you got to it's like you're kind of acting and you already have everything thought out. I like kind of just speaking from the heart and just letting it come off your chest. Whatever it is, it is. You may say stupid things like Ariel Helwani's name, and get fired. But at the end of the day, it's who you are in the moment, and I think people appreciate just genuine dialogue and conversation, about UFC fights. I would love to do that.
It's the best show that they produce, in my opinion, better than anything because it's so relaxed, and you're a great addition. You and DC in particular play off each other very well. It's the closest thing to Inside the NBA, which I think is the best studio show out there, the basketball show with Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, et cetera. Because it's just
I love those guys.
Oh,
man.
It's amazing. They need to keep you on there. I mean, I feel like you've done such a great job. You really elevated it.
I appreciate that, man. I love those guys too because they're super genuine. They're going to say things that most like analyst guys aren't going to be able to say, and they get away with it because they're athletes. And I also think that's how everybody should be, just more genuine, not so polished and fake. I can't stand it.
Yeah,
Ariel Helwani.
What?
You can't be perfect all the time.
That's true. You're right. It's 100%. I need to let my guard down a little bit.
You got to change. You got to change your game.
By the way,
I'm kidding. You're awesome. You know that.
Thank you, Chris. Please tell that to Matt Serra. He's talking a lot of shit about me these days, and I don't like it. I don't want to get you involved in all of it, but it's just like.
Why? What happened?
Well, I think what happened was, he left cornering, and you guys kept winning, and we found out that Ray was the real star of the operation, so he had to come back and kind of reassert himself. I think that's what happened.
Bro,
that's what I. No,
that
what?
Is not true at all. Like, are you joking? That's dirty to say.
What? No.
You consider yourself a good human being, a principled, moral human being?
No, I was just saying.
The way
he left
twist someone's life upside down?
Oh, have you heard the things that he said about me? Very mean stuff. He said he wanted to punch me. Said he wanted to punch me.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If I can understand that after what you just said.
He said it first. He said it first. How could he have said it?
That is a punchable thing, what you just said.
He said it first. I'm just responding to the thing. You can't you can't go backwards here.
But he definitely wants to punch you after what you just said. That was.
But I mean, he said it first.
What did you say before that?
Nothing.
What did he say first? What did he say first?
He's talking about 2016 when he did some sort of comedy act after I got, escorted from the building, and he's like, "Oh, Ariel's so sensitive." I'm like, "Bro, it happened 7 years ago. What are you doing? Like, why are we still talking about this? Still talking about this 7 years? You got nothing else to talk about?"
All right. Well, listen, I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of all your guys' drama
I
throughout the
love.
years,
I
but
mean, I love. I went to eat with his
Sarah is
family.
he's such a good dude, man.
Oh, he's
He's a
so
good
good.
family man. He's a great coach. He's honestly the funniest human being I've ever been around in my life, and I've been around like some of these, famous stand-up comedians who are super funny, when they put things together. But when you're around him, it's a constant show. It's like you don't talk, you just listen and you just laugh. So I love the guy to death, and I love you too. So I hope you guys can figure
Yeah,
this
I was
out. I
very
don't like to
hurt.
get
I was very hurt. No, but
beat
I said
pissed
I
off.
didn't want him to get in between us. That's what I was saying. That's all I was saying because I saw the comments just a couple days ago with Brendan
Yeah, but
Shaw.
also what you're doing is also trying to divide and conquer with Sarah and Longo. Sarah and Longo, they go
No,
together. Um, yeah, because when you're trying to make
what did
Longo the star of the show, you're separating
I
out
love Red
Sarah.
Long?
That's a
No, but
little.
he did leave. Did he not
I
leave?
know
Is
you
that
do.
not a fact?
Did he not leave what? He left Aljo's corner
From
because they
corner.
had some drama.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but
So
he was in
then
Barab's. He was in Barab's corner.
that's what I'm saying. So then when Aljo started, he came back to get the shine. That's all. I mean, is that
He didn't come back. No, he didn't come back to get the shine. He came back because Aljo asked him to come back. Aljo went down to his gym and had a talk with him and said how important it would be for him to have Sarah in his corner again because he felt like, especially fighting so close to New York, he wanted to feel like the old times and feel everybody kind of come together. And look, it ended up working out. It was a great feel, in the corner and also backstage and everything. I was there. Super happy for them.
no? I'm us New Yorkers, we like to bust balls. That's all. I
Yeah,
just
don't make me location based. Don't let me throw your location out there again. So
listen.
you start having a shake. You're gonna start shaking.
Listen, I'm the one here almost dying
Don't
because of
have an
this.
asthma attack when I tell people what state you live in.
I'm gonna have an asthma attack because of this air quality. You're living good down there in the South. You hear about what's going on here in New York?
Oh, now you're gonna just put my location out there like
I
that?
said the
What's going
South.
on in New York?
I said the South. Oh, you
Yeah,
didn't.
but yeah, I know. Yeah,
There's the. You didn't hear about this? Man, you've really checked out, huh? You must eat like South
it's
Carolina bagels.
getting hot out here in beautiful sunny Carolinas.
Look, there's wildfires in Quebec coming down here. The air quality, the sky is orange in New York. Have you heard about this? They've canceled
I
like.
actually haven't.
Oh, it's crazy! Wow, you don't have
And are
any.
we talking about New York City, or are
New
we
York
talking about
City,
like really?
the sky is orange.
So Canada has now started a fire that's
Yes,
taking over New York.
yes.
That's freaking something else. That's something else. Peaceful Canada is
You
taking over New
walk
York.
outside. You walk outside and like you can't even breathe. Never seen this before. Never experienced this. And I'm a New
So
Yorker.
honestly, like where you're living right now, somewhere in that region, you
Yes.
actually go outside and you could feel a difference in the air quality.
You feel like you're in a forest and there's like a fire 10 feet away from you.
Stop. You have smoke
Yes.
outside your house.
My kids' soccer
What?
canceled. They called us in the middle and said you have to come pick up the kids. The sky at 4 o'clock yesterday was completely orange. You've not heard about this? Where have you
What? I
been?
have not, bro. I don't really watch the news.
No, I
I
know. We
don't
don't need to get
watch.
into
I
all
don't.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a big
let's not
problem.
get into it. I don't want to remind you of all the things you've been wrong on in your last
Wow. Wow.
life.
Wow. We're going to get into that. Listen, it's a good thing I have a
All the
couple.
people know where Ariel Helwani sits. Come on.
Listen, it's a good thing I have a couple of masks in my back pocket because of this air situation. I mean, it's saving my
And
life.
you also have Bud Lights in your back pocket. That's for sure.
Wait, Bud Lights? What is that? I don't understand that.
Oh God. Oh man. That's enough is enough. You don't.
What's
No.
happening with Bud Light?
Are you serious? I know what you're doing. This is the top journalist just coming out.
No, I
You
swear.
went and bought Bud Lights from Target. I know you did.
What? What is he talking about? Bud Lights from Target.
All right. And you're telling me I don't like it's. I feel bad that I don't know that New York is burning right now.
Yes.
But you should feel bad that you are clueless on the Bud Light Target thing.
Should I look this up? Is this something I should
We'll
Google?
explain
You
to you
probably
later.
should.
I should not look it up?
Thank you. There's a smart producer in there that actually has some general knowledge of what's going on in this world.
I feel like, by the way, if there's one thing I should know
Your
about.
the news cycle that you're obsessed with, that just keeps playing over and over on your feeds, doesn't really portray the truth of what's going on in this world.
No.
I have a well-balanced news cycle.
By the way, I feel like we just established who has the well-balanced news cycle. My news is about the health and the atmosphere and the sky and the air quality. Your news is some bullshit conspiracy.
No, your news is based on where you live, and I don't live there right now. So because you're choking when you go outside, your phone's like, "Hey, Ariel, the reason why you're choking is because Canada is burning down New York right now.
You
I
still
don't get that news
no
out here.
family?
You got to see the skies out here, just blue.
No family in New York
Carolina
anymore?
blue. No, my cousin, and my brother lives in Connecticut. So
You
my
should check on
cousin's
them.
the last one on Long Island. Bro, I got some big news. I got some big news. I don't know if I can say it though.
Go.
But
We need some
yeah,
news.
no, never mind.
Well, come
No,
on.
I got my cousin. One cousin lives in Baldwin still, and I got my brother who lives in Connecticut. But it's crazy, man. The Weidmans are pretty much off Long Island, and this is a family that never thought they were going to leave. I miss Long Island. Every time I go back, I miss all my friends and like the team. Being in that gym environment, the coaches, obviously. But man, life is good down here in the Carolinas.
Wait, what's the news? You can't just move on from that.
Oh no, it's nothing serious.
Please.
It's just breaking MMA news.
What?
We think John Vellante might be getting a physical education position here pretty soon in my alma mater.
Whoa, Hofstra?
No, Baldwin High School.
Wow.
Baldwin High School.
Okay.
There's news on the street. I don't think it's official yet, so I don't want to. That's why I just don't want to. If he loses the job because I talked to you about it, that could have. I got this guy this job. I got this guy his lifelong dream of a job. Football coach, wrestling coach, and phys ed teacher. Great bang, great district, tough kids. It's where I'm from. I love it there. So, that was just me having thinking about that. Let's talk about something else.
Okay. Wow. All right. And by the way, I just want to remind everyone before we say goodbye to Chris because he's got some birthday festivities. No, I'm nervous. This is why I'm talking so fast because I'm afraid that you're gonna get mad at me for taking. First you got mad at me about the Sarah thing, which is a little bit uncomfortable. I think was that our first? Was that our first fight? I feel like that was our first fight.
That might have been our first fight. We've had some big. We bickered.
Oh, we have. Yes. You know what? I forgot.
You can't come at. Listen. I would.
I'm gonna try to go back to this.
You know what I would pay for?
Oh, here we go.
Is to see you, and I don't want anybody being hurt in this altercation. But you and Matt just going at it. Battle of the wits.
Oh, anytime.
That dude is so witty. I think, but it needs to be in person. It needs to be like one camera guy, and it has to be out of nowhere. Like he has to. Like you guys just have to bump into each other because I think he's got you crushed. If you guys just bump into each other out of nowhere, and there's an altercation, there's a verbal altercation. I think Matt throws you around. It's gonna look like Mark Lehman on the Ultimate Fighter show.
Oh, that was
circa 2006.
That's a great reference that I think half the audience has no idea. That's pretty sad. By the way, do you think his daddy will let him do it?
Where's my old MMA fans?
His daddy won't let him do it. I don't think his daddy would let him do it. So that's problem number one. Yeah. Number two,
you better stop coming at.
I only asked for one thing. I only asked for one thing. One stipulation. One stipulation.
I'm not that good talking on my feet. I'm not that good at confrontation. So don't come at me like this. That's messed up.
One stipulation. I only ask. I'll do it anytime, any place, unannounced. Any platform, even UFC filtered his great podcast, quote unquote.
No, it needs to be in person. It needs to be. I need to set this up. I need to just ask you to come somewhere, and then ask you to come somewhere, and you guys are just there. And I need to run away because if Matt gets pissed at me, I'm out.
That's fine. Just one stipulation.
I want no beef.
I just asked for one thing beforehand. We do some PD testing beforehand. That's all. That's all I ask. That's all I ask.
Yeah, you don't stop.
Yeah, that's all I ask.
Yo. I mean, he's going to tell you he's not passing. He's very open about being on testosterone. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like on anything?
No, I'm not on anything. No.
We could tell.
I don't want to look like a bowling ball. I'm good. I'm good here. Au natural. All right.
Matt's pretty jacked.
Yeah, I know.
So
that's
He's jacked.
Yeah, he's got more juice than Tropicana in him.
All right, listen, no more Matt talk. No more Matt talk. Come over there. I'm gonna have to slap you, man. I just get when I start getting beat in a battle of wits, some type of in a confrontation, I just have to get physical.
Okay. Right? That's not good. I don't want that. By the way, speaking of superhuman things, I saw you with the Rubik's cube. That can't be true, right?
I wish I had it in the car right now.
That's such a fake. What was that? An AI thing? We're showing the video right now. There's no way you could do this in under a minute. There's
AI thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. No, man. When you have a bunch of surgeries, there's certain things that you allow your brain to start, understanding. And one of them for me was like, wow, I'm actually a genius. I pulled out the Rubik's cube and I started looking at it. I just saw things different than most people, and I was able to solve it. Now I'm on track right now to maybe be in a competition
Really?
later this year.
There
In
are
a Rubik's cube
competitions.
competition. There's tons of competitions.
You,
Yeah, I'm not that good at it. I'm just kidding. I could solve it though anytime. I could solve it under a minute pretty religiously.
yo, that's incredible.
Um,
Like one out of
yeah.
the box. Like that's no
Oh yeah, yeah.
out of
You
the
could,
box
you could, you could
will
take
be
it.
set. But like if I just went drrrr, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
really,
yeah. 100%. Yeah, you could do whatever you want with that thing and hand it to me. I got a minute. Worst case scenario, minute and a half. Yeah, it's done.
what's the secret?
It's just algorithms. It's like you start learning. It's just memorization of algorithms, really.
Look
It's
at you.
algorithms. It gets tricky at some points during it, but it's just kind of like maybe 5, 6 different algorithms that you got to kind of memorize, and then you got to know when to use them. It just takes time, really, to kind of figure that out. And I had some time on my hands getting into it, so now I get to make people think I'm actually smart. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I did get my master's degree, you know that, right?
When?
So, I mean, a long time ago.
Oh, okay, yeah, I
I
knew that.
I feel like I feel like I've boasted about that before
Sure. I
in a
thought,
funny way.
yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
the ESPN doc about you, is that coming out before the fight?
So I thought it was coming out before the fight, but I think what they're trying to do, and I think I could announce it, that I think they're going to actually premiere it after my fight, before the New York City um, card. Was it UFC 295?
Yeah, whatever. The November
And
11th
hopefully I'm
one.
fighting on that too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think what they're gonna in New York City, I think they're gonna do a big premiere. I think ESPN is gonna be spending some good money on it, doing it right. And so they're going to have all the footage from, my whole time off, all the issues I went through with surgeries and other hospitalizations, all this other stuff that went down. They have all the footage from my actual leg break. They'll have all the footage from my comeback fight with Brad Tavares, and then they'll put together something really good. And they'll premiere it right before the MSG card.
I
This, I
love
think,
it.
the goal now. Yo, let me tell you something. So
Okay.
me
Yeah.
and DC were with each other again recently. I went down to California to do a Monster Energy appearance with him. And we streamed on Twitch playing the EA Sports UFC game. And it was like a collaboration between Monster Energy and EA Sports. And so they asked me before, the producers asked me, "Hey, are you okay with us showing your leg break? And then maybe you talking through it?" I go, "Yeah." Like I kind of forced myself to watch that a bunch of times already, like a long time ago. So I don't mind. I'm tagged in it every day. So they put it on, and I'm used to seeing the same version of it. Like maybe there's like 2 different views. They have a view of it that I've never seen before, and
Oh.
it is insane. You actually, because I know my bones came out of my leg, I seen it myself, but you don't ever see it on camera. They actually have it to where you see the backside of my calf, where it wraps around the leg, and then the 2 bones shoot out, and
Oh.
blood and everything shoots out, and then I, fall back down. I did not ever see that. I didn't think that angle ever existed, and then I'm watching Twitch live, and I'm like, what the hell? That's crazy. It's pretty nuts. So I'm sure on the
Oh.
documentary they'll have that
And you
too.
saw that on the air for
Bro,
the first
you'll
time.
never see. You've never seen anything like that before. I've never seen anything like that before. Like
Oh.
a leg actually shattered where you see the bones just pop right through the skin and blood and like it. I can't believe what that looked like.
What does that do to
It
you when
makes
you
me.
see that?
I'm just. I can't believe I've been through that. I'm coming back and I feel as good as I am, man. I'm turning 39, man. I'm going to be 39. Still looking fine.
You look tremendous.
Yeah, just a little bit more gray hair, but I feel good, man. I feel great, and I'm excited to come back and take a fight at a time. But I want to climb up those rankings and get to a title fight.
And by the way, Izzy's looking for some fresh blood. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here and get crazy, but like,
Yeah,
they're circling, the
that's
same
the
dudes.
listen.
So.
That's the dream, man. Now, listen, no one's accomplished what I've accomplished in the middleweight division besides Israel Adesanya, as far as title defenses and all that. So I love that matchup. I think once people see me back out there and see that I'm not like this old bum at this point, and they see that I have some serious threats to bring to the table, and I believe I'm a really bad matchup for him. But I have to prove that. And so until then, I'll shut my mouth
Yes.
and just go out there and prove it against Brad Tavares. I think they'll see enough in that fight where they'll believe.
Izzy and
And
Anderson, right? I mean, we have to. You said no one has accomplished. I mean, Anderson accomplished a lot at 185.
who's left in the UFC? I
Oh,
apologize.
okay, yeah.
I'm talking about the two guys in the
Got it,
UFC right now, current UFC
got
fighters.
it, got it, got it.
Right?
Because there would be like,
Yeah, of
what? What is
course.
he talking about?
Please, man. I mean, I just got to get to the point where I don't care what any of these guys say, whether you consider them haters or they're being real and it's their opinion. Either way, it's not nice. Some of the things that people say, yeah. So it is what it is. Come at me or not. I love you guys. And I also have to say, man, I appreciate all the support I've had with this leg break and everything. It's been humbling, and it's been a long, long, long road. And it was nice to see a lot of the support kind of carry on throughout the process. And yeah, you also, with this much time off, you start kind of seeing what it's like to not be a fighter anymore. Less people talking about you. You're not as relevant anymore. Less people recognizing you. You kind of see a little bit of what it's going to be like after fighting. At the end of the day, we're all dust, right? So at the end of the day, we're all not going to turn to nothing, and people are going to forget you at some point in time. But it was good to see it play out a little bit this time off because the comeback, I'm not taking it for granted. Coming back and fighting UFC, and and I'm excited to make the most of it and enjoy the remainder of my career as much as I possibly can.
Did it make you start?
Yeah.
Did it make you start to think about what you will do when you are done fighting, and if so, do you have a plan?
I mean, listen, I got some real estate properties and stuff like that. I got 3 rental properties. I like the real estate investment thing. So that could be something. But I got something on the horizon right now with just a supplement company, like a all natural, anti-inflammatory, anti-pain supplement company, and it's basically the stuff that I've tried, and it just made me feel so much better. It's like I can't talk about it that much right now. I'll just leave it at that. But I could see myself really diving into that, being passionate about it, because me, man, I have 30 surgeries. I've had a lot of pain. I deal with a lot of pain, and my parents, a lot of my family has arthritis and stuff like that, and a lot of people have to just suffer through pain as they get older. And I found some all natural stuff that really helps with inflammation and pain, and it doesn't mess up your gut like anti-inflammatories do, like Advil and Aleve or whatever, or is strong anti-inflammatories. But this stuff gives you relief, and it's all natural. So I'm in a process of trying to get something going with that, because I really would love to be able to help people out and help deal with their pain.
I love it. By the way, are you going to train in New York for this fight, or how does that go?
But yeah, I'm definitely going to Sarah's for sure.
Why are you trying? I mean, I feel like you're really trying to create a rift between us here. I come in peace.
Oh.
I mean, I've been. Who has championed the Sarah Longo
cause? Look at you
cause?
trying to project issues.
Look at this. Who has been more of a supporter?
Let me answer your question. Okay. Yes, I'm definitely going to New York for at least a week. I think Longo's going to come out for sure to the Carolinas as well. And so Longo's actually been watching Brad Tavares' fights. He even showed me a picture of him doing it as proof, because I didn't believe it. And it's funny. So ESPN just was out here doing a documentary on Longo.
What?
I don't know if you facilitated that whole thing.
No,
but yeah, it's a documentary on Longo, which is pretty cool. So I just got done doing interviews about him, and then they did the countdown actually for this for my fight with Brad Tavares, which is, I mean, we're 11 weeks out, so it was pretty crazy to
already
get that showing. So yeah, so quick, yeah. I guess they just figured to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But yeah, so Longo's going to be coming out, and I'll be going down there. And the guy I'm working at, Jeff Jimmo's gym out here, he trains Brian Barberina, a bunch of young up-and-coming guys who are super tough. He had Holtzman, who was one of his guys. He's a great trainer, so he's helping me out when I'm here. And then and he's been super good. And then, but Longo and Matt are my guys, so it's good. We're in the midst of trying to create a nice little camp for ourselves.
Well, this has been a fantastic chat. I was trying to prolong it so that I could say happy birthday to the birthday boy, but this has been a long shopping spree at Dick's, which is a great place. Shout out to Dick's. My kids love it there too. They've got everything there. I mean, you could buy like a fishing pole and soccer cleats and a baseball. You know, I mean, you could buy everything there. It's unbelievable. It's like a kid sporting heaven.
I love it. And Golf Galaxy is attached to it. And I'm super into golf right now.
Yeah, you and DC. Who's the better golfer?
I'm the better golfer.
Okay.
Humbly.
What's your handicap?
Let me tell you something. I might as well break the news now to you. So listen to this. So my handicap's at 19.1. It was like a 17.8. I started going the other way a little bit, but I got my stroke kind of looking better now. I feel better with my swing. So I think it's gonna start looking better. But anyway, so this Monster Energy appearance, DC. Every time we travel somewhere, DC wants to play golf, right? And I want to play golf too, so it's great. And he has some connection with somebody where we get on these crazy golf courses. So he calls me up. He goes, "Bro, when are you gonna be in California? Tell me, when you're arriving and whatever." He's like, "Yo, I could get us on the Riviera. Riviera is like Tiger Woods' favorite golf club. It's super hard to get on. It's a very expensive club. It's private members only." And he goes, "Bro, we can get on, but the only issue is He didn't say the only issue is. He was like, "What? Rockhold has to come with us because Rockhold is the one that's friends. He's friends with the member of the club. This guy, Royce Rio, who's an awesome guy too. And I'm like, you know what? I gotta just, any issues I've ever had with Rockhold at this point, just it is what it is. It's probably me just being salty that I lost to him. So I played golf with Rockhold.
Wow.
And Royce and DC.
What was that like?
Yeah, at this awesome. It was cool. It was good.
It wasn't awkward.
Yeah, I was having a really off day with my swing, and I was getting the two caddies we had with us. They were giving me advice. It was getting in my head. I played off, but no, it was cool. It was cool with actually Rockhold. No, we always kind of got along. Like I feel like I get along with anybody. I've never really had bad blood, but he said some stupid things in the past, but I don't really hold grudges. I just wanted to really get that win back. I really wanted to fight him. I felt like, that wasn't the best version of myself that day, and it sucks, and I got to live with it. And he could sometimes come off as like a little bit of a douche, So it's just a tough pill to swallow. But at the end of the day, he did beat my ass that day, and that's the fact. I can't change it. But yeah, I was like, I can't. I want to play on Riviera. And whatever, any issues I have, I just got sucked up. And it was cool. It was good. It was good. It was like therapy.
Was that the first time you talked to him since, like, I don't know, the build up to your fight?
So I don't know. I think we might have been around each other a couple of times, but not really like talk.
Wow.
Like talking to him, I think it might have been the first time in a long time.
That's nice. I like that. That warms my heart. Well, this is great stuff. Thank you for coming on. Welcome back. This is going to be great. You're going to come back to Won't Back Down, right? I mean, you have to.
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. And by the way, happy early Chris Weidman Day coming up next month, July 17th, I do believe, right?
Yeah. I feel, Aljo's got a day now in Nassau County.
Yeah, he does.
And,
you feel like everyone's going?
He heavily promotes it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, I never heavily promoted it. I feel like I let a lot on the table. I left a lot on the table. I should have been heavily promoted my day too.
It's not too late.
July 17th, guys. Yeah, no, I'm just going to start. I got to do better on social media.
Actually,
July 17th, guys. Make sure you celebrate.
Next month, 10-year anniversary. Was it not 2013?
Yeah, right. That's crazy. That was 2013, July 6th. Yeah, 2013.
Crazy. 10 years.
That really is crazy, man. That really is crazy. Yeah, man. It's been some ride. It's been some ride. I'm super grateful for everything. So
much love, Chris. Welcome back. Thanks for the time as always. Good luck in training, and can't wait for August 19th.
Yeah, and just keep that same energy when you see Sarah in person.
Come on, dog. What same energy? Don't listen. I don't start, but I finish.
Sit down when I'm talking to you.
I don't start, but I finish. He started. I haven't said Matt Serra's name since 2011. All right, he started it. I see some clips being sent to me.
And wait, so the first time you brought his name up again was just on this interview?
Yeah, I mean, why would I mention someone who's not cornering fighters?
Yeah.
Stop. Stop.
All right,
Stop
man.
it. All right, I love
All
you.
right.
Stop trying to bring
That's
it
a
up.
good one.
By the way,
It's your show.
By the way, for the record, you brought it up twice after I tried to move on. So let the people know that. I mean, I was
I don't
trying to
feel
move.
because I'm not. I don't. I was trying to like somehow feel better about the situation, but it just keeps getting worse. Keeps backfiring on me.
Thanks, Chris.
All right,
Take
man.
care.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. All right, take
Always.
care.
There he is, the one and only Chris Weidman joining us. What a guy. And, no beef here.